Hi. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about my annotation process. I have a book that I annotated. I'm not finished with it, but I am definitely going to be showing you what I use for my annotations. I have made many changes to my annotation process over the years. Like, for example, I first started out just using a pencil and just like underlining my favorite quotes. Like if it was a fantasy, I would underline things like plot details or character names or whatever. I have become even more serious and use pens and highlighters and tabs, sticky notes. I use colored pens, I use colored highlighters, I use a lot of colored things. But for this book specifically, I use a gray highlighter. If you can see, I use a gray highlighter, and that is the Zebra Mild Liner. I use these for school. It's just like really easy to have, you know, especially since I do most of my reading in school anyway. But most of my annotation is done like when I'm at home. Next, for pens, I like to use the Zebra Sarasa clip pens. They're really cute and they click and they're nice to fidget with when I'm just reading. I have many different colors of these, but for this specific book that I have, I use the black pen and I use the light gray highlighter. I'm going to get into a more complicated thing that I do, and that is I'm going to pull out the highlighter color, but I like to use a different color highlighter for my favorite quote. For example, if I just go to this one right there, it's highlighted in a different color because I think it stands out better. And it's easier to come back to, like it's easier to know that, oh, that's a quote instead of just something I really thought was important. I normally use a very not mildly different color, but a very different color than the actual highlighter. Not all of my books contain this as the specific like color, but for annotation purposes I normally keep it to a purpley color because my favorite quotes is like a purpley magenta color, so like they're very similar, so that's why I like to keep it the same, around the same color. When it comes to different books, like I don't have any examples around me to show you, but I do use, like, depending on, like, so this is gray, so I'm obviously going to use a gray or black pen. But when it comes to things, like, I have this one book that I annotated in orange, so I used an orange pen to go along with it, if that makes sense. I don't know, I just don't like really using black pen a lot, especially if, like, I'm using, like, an orange highlighter or, like, a pink highlighter. I feel like I just like it to match because it makes it make more sense. Oh, that was my bird. I am so sorry. Greg? He's flying around. You good, mate? He's alright. So, other things I use in my annotation process are definitely these sticky tabs. I really like the square kind. I'm filming a video, bro. Like, you couldn't, like, you'd start to do this now, but not any other time. I don't know, he becomes more active in the later hours of the day, which I'm filming this during. But I like to use these purple sticky tabs. They're really cute. And they're clear, so when they look in the book, they're very thin as well. So like if you put it up to a light, they're like very transparent. That was the word I was looking for. I also use Post-its sometimes if I don't feel like writing or in the book, or have this like really long theory. I'll write it down on like a note card or like a Post-it and just put it there. Writing in the margins isn't enough space, even though I have really tiny handwriting. So I guess I will get into what the colors mean, because like as you can see there are different colors on here. There's like this like orangey color, and then there's the purple color, and then there's the blue one. So the pink tabs, I don't have any pink tabs in this book, but this is what they look like. The pink tabs are cute moments if I'm reading a romance, or just like what the heck were you thinking moments. The orange things for like plot details, or just like things that happen that'll like show up in the story later. Orange tabs look like this, if you were wondering. This is green, which is gonna come up in a few minutes. This is blue. Green is for funny or like any really enjoyed moments. Blue is for sad moments, so I have 2 sad moments. And sad moments aren't necessarily crying, but just like, wow, that actually kind of affected me. Slightly altered my mood, you know? Purple, like I told you earlier, is for my favorite quotes. I use the purple highlighter to highlight the purple things that are my favorite quotes. But yeah, really enjoying this book. It's nice. Thank you for being my victim, and thank you for watching.